for this cause. Coming here, it is the same. Devoted my life, my energy, and also my colleagues and my brothers in the Quranists, the same. So when I came here, I found the same mosques inside Virginia also before I came here, and so I said, okay, that is where can I escape after America, going into Alaska? So I have to, to continue my work, but I have to continue it by myself because there is no one around me in that time. So when I was invited by Charles Jacob, Charles emailed me, said, we feel in danger because of this idea in that mosque, and we feel concerned, something like that. And I wrote to him, I mailed him back saying, you have tried to feel concerned about not only Boston, but America at all, because I know how dangerous is this kind of culture, and it contradicts Islam. So what I am doing with Citizen for Peace and Tolerance is a continuous, continue my way.
So take me to the part where you find out that you're getting sued. What was your reaction and your fear about the lawsuit?
I am Egyptian inside. This is Egyptian guy inside me, and there is a saying in Egypt: the one who put in Egyptian jail and released, he still have the Egyptian jail inside him. So this is a very painful experience to be in an Egyptian jail. So I still have the Egyptian jail inside me. So when I was told by the lawyer that there is a lawsuit against me, the first question is, they will put me in a jail? He said no. I said, that's okay. As long as I will not put in a jail, even in American jail, that's okay for me. So I was surprised that this lawsuit just about of money. And I said, I have no money. This is what happened.
Why I understood from the way that the lawsuit kind of played out that originally you weren't named in the suit and you were named later. Why, or they didn't like to talk about you being a defendant in the suit. Why was your involvement in the suit kind of put aside by the people who were suing you?
I think, I don't know, but I think it's a controversial for them to ignore me or to add me. I am, the very important factor in this case, not the lawsuit, but in this case against this culture in this mosque. Being a Muslim scholar, and especially Ahmed Subhy Mansour, it is very, it is very important to people here who are against this culture.
I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you for 1 second. Air conditioning just kicked on.
It's not too bad though.
Okay, well, why don't we just, while it's on, let's just grab. Yeah, we're just going to roll a little room tone. So we're going to just be quiet for 30 seconds. So let's just pick it up from the people at the ISBCC or the ISB didn't know how to handle me. I was controversial for them in this lawsuit.
Yes, because my name, being in this case against the culture of this mosque, is very important. My name as a Muslim scholar and the one the founder of the Qur'anist. So it is controversial to them. To ignore me or to add me in the lawsuit. I think they may have many discussion about this, and finally they decided to add me to the lawsuit, I think.
And what, I mean, what, did it complicate it because they couldn't, it was harder for them to talk about it being Jews against Muslims or Americans, you know, against, you know, the Muslim persecution? Is that what was the complicating factor?
It is complicated in many aspects, but I think one of them is, you know, when there is some discussion about Islam and what is Islam, what is contradict Islam, it will be shameful for them because they are not scholars. Even their scholars, their big scholars like Sheikh Yusuf al-Qaradawi, could not dare to argue with me. What about them? So it is very sensitive to them to, you know, to face me in argument about what is Islam and what contradicts Islam.
Talk a little bit, if you can, about this use, if you can, about this use of the lawsuit as a tactic here in the United States to shut people up, what they call lawfare. Are you familiar with the concept of and what came out in the case in terms of they're trying to shut down criticism, shut down media? Do you think that's...
Yes, it is astonished me because I feel that in America, I feel that I can say whatever I can say in the field of religion, as long as I have, you know, my knowledge and I can prove it. And especially when I talk about these people, I said, and I usually say, I am not against the mosque, I am not against the people, I am against the culture itself. And I call them to uphold the real Islam as people work in the mosque, in the Islamic mosque. So why they are suing me for this? This is what make me astonished so much. And in Egypt, you know, in Egypt they, you know, they arrested me just because, you know, speak out about Islam, what is Islam, and quoting what is in Quran. So it is in Egypt, but here it is a big difference. It is a freedom of speech and freedom of belief. So this makes me very astonished in that time.
Okay. One of the ways that this has been characterized is that the people who are criticizing this mosque are Islamophobes. Obviously, you're not an Islamophobe. You're a Muslim. So tell me about this sense, this use of characterizing people as Islamophobic as a way to stop criticism. How do they do it? Why do they do it? And tell me why it obviously doesn't.
Those people of this culture of Osama bin Laden are genius in misusing or using this American value of freedom of speech and freedom of belief. They use it or they misuse it for their own interest in genius way. I ask you a question. Not I ask myself, I ask you. Suppose September 11 happened in Iraq in the time of Saddam Hussein, or happened in Egypt, or happened in Libya under Gaddafi rule. What will happen? You know, in Egypt, in other Arabic states, they arrest some people just because one relative of them is against the government.